LSU Tigers, Georgia Bulldogs. Game 3 of this 3-game series coming your way. The second to last regular season series of 2026. The Georgia Bulldogs all smiles right now. 40-11 overall, 20-6 in the league. LSU has been scuffling. They are 6 games over 500 and 9-17 in the league. Bulldogs have already captured this series, but last night we had some drama. We didn't even expect it. This was the second inning. Georgia put together 8 runs in the second to give them some cushion to go on and win the baseball game. But along the way, Texas and Texas A&M lost last night, meaning that Georgia's victory provided them their first SEC regular season championship since 2008, which is also the last time they have been to the College World Series. What a night. Certainly a lot of fun for the Georgia fans and the Georgia players and coaches. Dave Neal, Todd Walker, former LSU great and big leaguer. And Todd, as a guy who's played this game in this league, kind of wrap your arms around the importance and what it means for those Georgia Bulldog players to win the championship.
I've always thought they only stacked the league last year, 16 teams in one division now. To win that in the best conference we think in college baseball, SEC's won 7 of the last 8 national championships. For Georgia to come on top of that league, it's pretty special.
Well, one of the reasons they've been able to play so well is their shortstop. Certainly Colby Branch has been here since Wes Johnson got here, and he has locked down the shortstop position. I mean, Todd, this guy might be the most under-talked about player in the league.
He's getting talked about more now. I mean, what a play he made last night on the double. 52 home runs playing the shortstop position in his college career. Colby Branch holds the Grand Slam record here in Georgia with 6. He hit 2 at Baylor his freshman year, so 8 total Grand Slams, and he doesn't make any errors at short. He's been fantastic. Just
a super player. They call him the captain for a reason. Meanwhile, LSU's trying to find some offense here against this Bulldog team and try to get at least one, the guy they've been leaning on all year, much like they did as a freshman last year. Derek Curiel has not disappointed.
Yeah, draft-eligible sophomore now. Derek Curiel sprays the ball around, he's hit 345 last year. He hit 346 this year. So he's been extremely consistent. Can pop you a home run, but he's the guy you're looking at today.
And the man who gets the ball today for the Bulldogs in this game 3, Caden Aoki. Man, his numbers are really good. 7-0 on the year. He has made, this will be his 15th appearance and his 5th start of the season. But how about 7-0 with a 1-2-4 whip? And he has struck out 71 guys in 54 innings.
Yeah, impressive. Considering his fastball is not electric. It's high 80s fastball. 5th start of the season. And he does have the ability for strikeouts. Uses his curveball more than his fastball to left-handed hitters. He's going to face 6 of those today. And a slider action to right-handers. He's really good. He's been around. He's a senior.
And the first man he'll face will be Mason Braun, the LSU right fielder today. Pretty much the same lineup. Looks like we're having pitch comm issues right out of the gate. So Aoki, you'd think they might test that before he runs out there. Just
yeah, that's right.
Well, last night, let's hope we don't get what we saw last night in terms of how the game was actually pitched. We had 23 walks, we had 4 hit batters, and it almost took 4 hours to play last night. It was not a pitching clinic.
Caden Aoki is usually around the plate. You know how important this game is for LSU? They've got their ace on the mound on the other side, so good pitching matchup today.
First pitch from Aoki to Braun in there for a strike. Mason Braun at 305. He's got 3 homers and 19 runs batted in. Another one of the young guys in this lineup for LSU. 3 freshmen, 3 sophomores for Jay Johnson in their starting 9. And if you count the pitcher, Kason Evans, another sophomore. So 3 freshmen, 4 sophomore in their starting 10.
Yeah, they're looking really good in the future. I mean, they're trying to win now. They need to win the next 4 games. They only have 4 left. So they've got to be perfect the rest of the way.
Out to left, Kenny Ishikawa will make the catch on a bright, sunshiny day here in the Classic City, and 1 down for Caden Aoki and the Georgia Bulldogs.
Good start for Caden Aoki. Filling up the zone, throwing strikes, attacking hitters, and like you mentioned, that's something we did not see last night on both sides. A good early start for Georgia.
Omar Cerna Jr., 6'2", 245. He has been dealing with a back that's been a little bit of an issue for him the last couple of weeks. Matter of fact, initially he was going to start behind the plate today, but just felt like it wasn't strong enough, healthy enough for him to get in that squatting position all afternoon. So Cade Arambete's back behind the plate again today. But of course everybody wants to hit. That one's hit out to center field. Rylan Luho makes the catch. That'll be 2 down.
LSU needs a win. They got to get to 13. We all think that magic number is 13 in the regular season. They have 9 wins right now. They've got today, and then they play Florida next week, and they've got to sweep Florida to even get considered for the field of 64. So backs up against the wall for LSU.
Yeah, and ultimately, Todd, it's not just that. They got to go into the SEC tournament and also do some damage there.
Yeah, the RPI is still in the 50s. You'd like to think that it needs to be in the 30s to make that field.
Derek Curiel slaps it over to first base. Relatively stress-free inning for Caden Aoki. When we come back, we have a chance to see perhaps the Golden Spikes winner of 2026, Daniel Jackson, grabbing a bat for the Bulldogs. Daniel Jackson, fewer better in college game than him. He has been on a tear this series. Had a home run their opening game, number 24 of the season, and had a double last night. He's 4 for 6 this weekend against LSU. He has raised his average to 382. He will hit second in this Georgia lineup tonight. He is chasing down, he already has a 20-20. He's looking at 25-25 type season. And the list is very small for that. And if he can get to 30-30, I mean, setting all kinds of new standards.
Well, and his team's good enough for them to make that run where he'd have enough at-bats to get to that point. 30-30 in a year would be incredible.
And it doesn't hurt that he has Trey Phelps sitting in front of him, who's hitting 370 with 15 home runs and 52 runs batted in. The guy that gets the ball today, and it's good to see this, number 20 wearing the gold jersey, Kason Evans, who has been their number 1 dude, but has been out a little bit with some arm issues. Nothing serious. They shut him down, had a bullpen session on Wednesday through 30 pitches. They were waiting for his recovery. He said he felt great, so they're giving him the ball this afternoon.
Last start was April 17th, about 3.5 weeks ago. 93-96 on the fastball if he's ready to go today. And he's a 63% strike, though, and we all love that. Cut fastball, curveball, slider change, so he's got a packed arsenal. And LSU's glad to see him back. They need this win today for sure.
You know, it's he finished up so strong last year that the expectations for him were almost meteoric, chasing those kind of standards. There were conversations like he's the next Paul Skeens. Now, maybe not quite like, but that's what the expectations were, to mow people down left and right, and I think that was almost unfair to him.
Yeah, and you feel like he's been around, like the run he made last year, to your point. This year, all the starts that he's made, he's only a sophomore. Yeah. So, I mean, he'll be back, and he's learning as he goes, but you're right. He had the 10 strikeouts, or 12 strikeouts, whatever, against Little Rock in the regional final when they had to win, and has had a phenomenal year. Just got hurt and been sidetracked when they probably needed him the most down this stretch.
But he's already fallen behind 3-0 out of the gates to Trey Phelps. Trey at 370. 3 for 9 this weekend with a home run and 5 runs batted in. Gets a 96-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. That wasn't necessarily a get-me-over fastball.
No.
That was 96. That one's 95 out to center field where Derek Curiel is there, and Phelps is retired.
Yeah, you can already tell that the mentality for Casey Evans is I'm gonna attack. Yeah, I'm throwing fastballs. I've got 96. Let's go. And it's great to see. Just like you saw, Phelps didn't miss that ball, but he's out.
Yeah.
And so, the odds are in your favor if you're throwing strikes. And so far, so good.
Here's Daniel Jackson, leading the conference in batting average at .382 now. Young man out of Sandy Springs, Georgia, 6'2", 200. He's the designated hitter today. Brendan Hudson will catch, especially after winning last night and capturing the regular season championship. Now Wes Johnson with an opportunity to kind of spot some guys here and there. He's still like, they got to go to Auburn next weekend. And you want to be playing some good baseball heading over to the Plains.
One side of the field is not going to matter. Hitters are still hunting hits. Yeah. It's going to be how you manage the pitching staff moving forward. So when Joey Vojko takes the mound next week against Auburn, he's not going to be full blast, 6, 7, 8 innings, and that's probably the only difference. The biggest thing Georgia fights now is, you're right, like how do we stay game ready going into the SEC tournament in a few weeks?
Pretty nasty stuff from Casey Evans out of the gate to get Daniel Jackson swinging.
And that's not easy to do. Casey Evans dropped the changeup on him, low and away. And Daniel Jackson with that big swing just right through it. Out for 3 weeks, you start to worry about Casey Evans and, can he control his heartbeat and does he have the feel? And I think both those questions have been answered just in the first 2 hitters.
O'Shaughnessy slaps this one, but it's foul. One hops off the wall. A 3-hole hitter at .303 on the year. He too was 17 home runs. 5 Georgia players in this lineup with double-figure home runs. 8 of the 9 in the lineup hit over 300. The only one who doesn't is the catcher Brendan Hudson, who's at .277, but he brings 16 long balls with him, though.
Yeah, and that 1.1 OPS. I love the OPS. They've established that over the last few years, and that's power and patience. It usually never went together. Growing up, you either had big power and struck out, or you got on base, and so OPS will give you an idea. Anything over 1,000, that one number shows you that you got both, and this is this kid here.
0-2 to O'Shaughnessy. Just up in the zone. Evans gave it that double look back. You sure? Tell you what, he's talking to Jay Johnson before the game today about Casey. He was like, bullpen, he was 93, 94. He goes, but I expect him to be 96s. You'll see some 6s, as they like to say, today, and we have seen plenty of those already.
Just saw 7. Yeah, and he's a little amped, but that's the deal. Use the energy you have, but stay under control. We saw it out of control yesterday. They have energy, but it's out of control, and Casey Evans is under control here.
That works. He's on a pitch count of 60 today. Keeps throwing like that, he'll be around for 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah, firing that fastball in there and then coming back with this off speed. Look at that changeup. Got Daniel Jackson and now Michael O'Shaughnessy, and the Tigers coming to the bat.
Cade Arambidi, the LSU catcher, has had some sort of season this year for LSU. Last night, another big hit for LSU. He's been one of their catalysts all season long, second on the team in batting average, 16 home runs on the year. He will lead things off for LSU here in the top of the second inning against Caden Aoki, who threw a whopping 6 pitches in inning number 1. Give you an example how far ahead of last night we were. Combined pitches in the first inning last night, 40. Combined pitches in the first inning today, 21.
Yeah. Well, attack the zone. We were just talking about that at the break. You know, the odds are in your favor when you throw it over the plate. I mean, and you got to use those odds. And they did that in the first inning. This guy, Cade Arambidi, hit a slider out on Friday night. They hang him a slider again yesterday, and he hits the triple down the line. So this is the guy you circle in the lineup that you don't want to beat you.
6'3", 208 out of Tumble, Texas. That's off the plate, 1-2. We had a big series last weekend as well. Had 7 hits against South Carolina, went 7 for 13. And over the last month has been killing baseballs. 12 home runs. Nice take there. Hitting over 400.
And you know what you love about Caden Aoki is he doesn't throw 95, 96, but yet he's got way more strikeouts than he does inning pitch. So the pitch ability for this kid is great. Now he's been around. He's a senior, but he knows how to pitch.
Fouled out of play.
And it shows you don't need to chase velocity to be a great pitcher. You know, when I asked my son who's playing college baseball at Houston Christian now, like, was he any good? He goes, yeah, no, I mean, he throws 88. Well, that doesn't matter. I've had to grind it in his head. It's location.
Opponents hit 236 against Aoki. He has given up 8 home runs, but that number a little skewed because of this particular ballpark where the ball seems to jump more than others. Boy, good AB here for me. Arambidi, who was behind 0-2, laid off a couple of sliders.
But to me, this 3-2 with nobody on, this is, you don't throw him anything but your primary pitch, which for most people is the fastball. Nobody on, but too many times we see off speed here and you walk the leadoff guy. Can't happen. That was going to be a strike, though. That was good.
Do him a little change up. Arambidi gives him the old change up sign to the dugout.
We're calling pitches from the batter's box now.
Got him. Out number 1.
If you can land the off speed, it looks fantastic. And that changeup just drops off. It looks like a curveball that's got so much downward break. And what a pitch on 3-2. When the hitter's looking fastball, you get a little geared up, you're trying to leave with that front shoulder a little early, and that makes you vulnerable to that changeup. Great pitch.
Stephen Milam, the LSU outstanding shortstop, the junior out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, strolls up into the batter's box with 1 down. He will look at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike.
There's value in taking strike 1, especially if you're not scared to swing with 2 strikes. And Stephen Milam, you called it pesky last night. That's what he is. He'll take strike 1. You start to get the tempo and timing against a pitcher. He rarely swings early.
Right,
first pitch.
You've now seen fastball, you've seen changeup.
Yeah.
You're ahead 0-2 if you're Aoki. If you're a batter, are you now confused on what you're going to get?
I'm not confused, but now for me, I would eliminate the pull side and I'd sit back on that off speed. If he throws the fastball, you just have to be quick enough to make contact.
Golfs this one out to right. Another off-speed pitch, but that'll be out number 2.
So for me, in that count, it was opposite of what you usually hear. I sat off speed and reacted fastball. There are certain counts where you're seeing fastball and then react off speed, but right there, Stephen Milam can't hit that ball unless he's sitting back looking for it. And to your point, he's already seen it. And I always thought for a hitter, it becomes the hitter's advantage the more you face a pitcher because you got the tempo, the timing, what the pitch looks like.
Yeah.
And the more you get deep in at-bats and in games, it's an advantage for the hitter the more you see.
2 down now for Seth Dardar. He's out at first base again today. Same lineup Jay Johnson put out there last night. The seniors. Transfer in. 3 years at Columbia, 1 year at Kansas State. Sat out a season back in 2024 because of an injury. Hit .326 last year at Kansas State with 13 homers and 18 doubles.
Just didn't quite translate to the SEC, but again, it's a little unfair. It's more than the conference itself, I think it's just the game of baseball. You're not always going to be on point of what your ability says it should be. And these transfers in, they get a little bit of a bad rap because you're immediately supposed to step in and be great. And it just doesn't work that way sometimes. And Seth Dardar was the guy to play second, lost his job. Now they got Jack Ruckert playing second base, but he's in there now.
There's a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. You know, the other guy that just kind of has, anybody that's watched LSU baseball at any point this year, early in the first half of the season, was watching Zach York, the big fella, play first base. So much expected of him, and got off to a pretty good start. And he just can't find a spot right now.
Yeah, 36 home runs at Grand Canyon over the last 3 years. Expected him to be this Tommy White type of player, and just wasn't. You know, if you're a home run guy, it's going to be tough to get the feel early in the season, especially with the weather being colder, pitchers being ahead of hitters, all that type of stuff. I thought Zach York was good at first base, but just didn't hit like they thought he might.
That'll be first row back behind the screen. Nothing Hudson can do about it. But that'll be strike 1 on John Pearson.
And the other transfer they brought in was Trent Caraway from Oregon State. 280 hitter there, but he hit 6 home runs in the regional last year. So lightning in a bottle, but same deal. Didn't transfer early. And even when I was playing, I mean, I would take it in 100 at-bat increments and then evaluate. That's how long it takes in baseball for me sometimes. And, you know, in college baseball, you don't get that opportunity. You got to be quick, and you got to get off to a hot start or you get benched.
0-1 on Pearson, who has 8 home runs this year. Big swing and a miss there, and Aoki out in front 0-2. Pearson 2 for 9 this weekend, and one of those 2 hits was a home run. LSU hit 3 homers on Friday night, but lost 11-8. Aoki gets the strikeout. The walk to Dardar does not come back to haunt him. We are scoreless heading to the bottom of the second. Well, last night, Georgia found the second inning to their liking. They would produce 8 runs total. Matter of fact, 8 straight batters would come across to score. It was helped by walks, and of course you had a couple of home runs, a grand slam by O'Shaughnessy, and a 2-run shot from Jordy Oriach. 11 batters came to the plate, and that's all Georgia needed as they would cruise to victory last night. But you see the 4 walks, and of those 6 hits, 2 of them left the yard. That was the 11th time they've scored 7 or more runs in an inning, and the 8th time they've scored 8 or more.
Nothing surprises you anymore with this Georgia offense. Incredible. Leads the nation in home runs. Leads the nation in slugging percentage. Can generate runs better than anybody else within this conference.
They are a cool 28 points better than the next closest team in terms of batting average in conference games. They're hitting .297. Mississippi State is second in the league at .271. Rylan Luho, 7 homers and .351 average in the box.
And when you look at the 16 ballparks in the SEC, this is the best place to hit at Foley Field. Texas A&M close second.
Well, it's smashed out to right, and it's going to one-hop right in front of the left fielder, Tanner Reeves. That left the bat at 93.5 miles an hour.
Boy, you saw Tanner Reeves' wheels turning in his head right there quickly. He had to make a decision. Am I going to go for this ball? If you dive and miss, it's a triple. And he made probably the best decision and stayed back and just left it at a single. But that can get ugly if you make the wrong choice there.
Now it's Kenny Ishikawa to the plate. Young man from Japan. He smashes it through the right side. Luho will stop at second. Georgia's got 2 on and nobody out.
Kason Evans' fastball is pretty straight, and so it's the sinker ball is what you need for the double play. But when it stays up, you're more likely to catch barrel. And with the middle infield and double play depth, it leaves a hole on the right and the left side. And Kenny Ishikawa just hits that right side hole, and Bulldogs threatening once again here in the second inning.
Jordy Oriach. Jordy, a .316 hitter, 6 homers, including a 2-run shot last night we showed you a moment ago in the second inning for the Bulldogs. Oriach this series, 2 for 9. 4 runs batted in. Struck out 3 times. Georgia this year has hit 27 3-run homers, 7 grand slams. That's amongst their NCAA leading 138 home runs. Remember the school record set a couple years ago, 151. So that is clearly in their sights.
188 home runs is the national record by LSU back in 1997, and they're on pace for that. Well, they'd have to play through Omaha because the 97 team won it.
Well, they averaged 2.5 home runs roughly per game.
70 games. Now I got smoke coming out of my ears. Make me do math this early.
Remember, I went to Florida State, so I'm completely out of this equation.
We're in trouble.
Well, we told you about the grand slams. Georgia had one last night. Brennan Hudson, the senior out of Cumming, Georgia. Bases are loaded and nobody's out. Hudson on the year with 16 homers and a .277 clip. Sharply hit. Milam. Only play is over to first. Well, I don't think that Ruckert was going to get to the bag in time. It was almost a foot race over there with Oriat, so his only play was over to first.
But it shows you how good Stephen Milam is. Footwork's off. Initially looked at second base, knew he couldn't make that play, and still redirects and makes an accurate throw over to first. Only 2 errors on the year. The guy that Jay Johnson calls the best shortstop to ever play at LSU, and that's Alex Bregman. That's Aaron Hill. A lot of great shortstops have come through, but it shows you how much respect they have for Stephen Milam at shortstop.
Well, the run did come in, so 1-0 Georgia. So an RBI for Hudson on the ground out. And here is Colby Branch. Colby had a big night last night at the plate, couple of doubles. Raised his average from 299 to 319 with a 3-for-4 performance.
You know, you mentioned that he's overlooked a little bit. I think part of the reason is he's buried down here in the 8th spot. He's a great hitter.
Yeah.
And I love that they leave him there. Clearly, he could hit in the middle of this order. But they leave him down there because I thought every spot in the lineup was different, and it changes your mentality. And he's comfortable there, and he's doing well.
2-2, can't connect with that Kaysen Evans pitch, who's now up to 32 pitches this afternoon, and he's on a roughly 60-pitch count today. It's full 3-2.
That's a great take because he knows that Kaysen Evans is going to go to the changeup to get a swing and miss. When you know that as a hitter, the educated guess process, you're more likely to see it better and take it. That was a pitch, a swing and miss pitch. Great job by Colby laying off.
Kaysen Evans wins that battle and gets the strikeout.
Well,
That'll leave him at second and third.
Then he goes after him. And when you're still in that mentality at 3-2 with a changeup, it's going to be more difficult to catch up to the fastball. That's another changeup, just in a better spot on the outside corner of the plate. And at 3-2, your mind's wandering. LSU's not going to give you a fastball down the middle in hitters counts. We know that. And so it starts to shift when you play this team, your mentality.
That one misses inside to the 9-hole hitter Ryan Black. Black 1 for 6 this weekend. Big swing and a miss. Overall, Black hitting .304 with 8 homers and 27 runs batted in. Playing second base today. Again, missing inside, 2-1.
I mean, your 9 spots hit 300 with 8 home runs. This entire lineup, there's not a week out. So what that means is if you're starting against Georgia Bulldogs offense, you can't take a breath. I mean, every pitch you throw matters. And you would like to think that in every game, but when there's some weak outs in a lineup for a pitcher, he can just throw fastballs right down the middle and not worry about it. 1 through 9 with the Dogs, you've got to worry about every pitch you throw, and it's got to be mentally draining.
You know, you look at that number of runs per game, 9.6. You got to feel pretty good if you're a pitcher on this staff. Got a fighting chance every time you get the baseball.
To get a win, yeah.
Georgia's won 40 of their 51 games this year.
Wow.
Well, we've got a good series coming your way next weekend. As the Georgia Bulldogs, this Georgia Bulldogs ranked 5th right now in the country, heading over to 6th-ranked Auburn. They'll take on the Tigers to wrap up the regular season. Game 1, which is Thursday night. As a matter of fact, all the series in the SEC next weekend are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with the SEC tournament looming beginning on following Tuesday. So Thursday night we'll have Game 1 for you. And Game 2 will be Friday night. That will start at 8 Eastern right here on the SEC Network. You can stream the entire series on the ESPN app as always. But boy, that was shaping up to be a really big series right up until Georgia won the regular season title last night.
Yeah, I know it. It still is. You know, again, the hitters for Georgia are still going to play. Like you don't take days off. You still go. And power pitching versus power offense next week, Auburn and Georgia. And they've always told us that great pitching beats great hitting, so we're about to find out.
3-2 now on Black. Runners at second and third. Georgia already has pushed one across here in the second. Ground ball and knocked down by Pearson. That'll get a run home.
That was going to be a tough play by John, even if he gloved it. He would have had to do basically spin around and make an accurate, strong throw to first to even have a chance. Probably a blessing in disguise that he didn't glove it, because he's going to try. And that's the ball you usually throw into the stands, just trying to be too quick. Not much he could have done there, and another run for the Dogs.
They're going to score a single for Black, give him an RBI, 2-0 Georgia. And the top of the lineup now with Trey Phelps, who barreled one out to center field, but right at Derek Curiel to start the game for Georgia. One and one to Phelps.
There's the cutter. So we've seen the four seam at 97, then the cutter 92. Casey Evans in command of that changeup as well.
See Henry Allen at the bottom of that list for Georgia with double-figure home runs. Henry blew out his knee, and he is done for the year. That news came out on Monday. Another piece to the puzzle for Wes Johnson, and a nice piece. But that's one of the things this team is built upon, and that's depth.
And huge, you know, not that Allen is easily replaceable, but again, you throw Ryan Black in there, for example, he's hitting 300. You know, all these guys can swing the bat. You're not giving up a whole lot. And what a luxury, yeah, to just plug in another guy.
2-2 now on Phelps. Pitch count is creeping up. The wind is blowing out. 44 pitches now for Case and Evans. And again, 60 was kind of the number they were eyeballing from that LSU dugout for him today. That one's up and in. And they're going to say it caught him on the bill of the helmet. And that'll load him up again.
31 times Trey Phelps has been hit by a pitch. That's a record. And that one grazed his helmet. The only way you can go off that is the sound, and the reaction.
Well, Aaron Beatty didn't make any kind of noise about it, not hitting him.
Right.
Home plate umpire Christopher Griffiths quickly said it hit him.
LSU is challenged to hit by pitch. This plays under further review.
They're definitely not going to see anything. There's no misdirection.
They both reacted quickly. Home plate umpire and Phelps. LSU, of course, challenging this. And here's a look from our Hawkeye camera out in center field. Boy, you just can't. I can't see it. Maybe somebody on a 75-inch TV in their living room might be able to see a little better than me, but
no, even Christopher Griffith didn't see it, but he heard it, and that's what he's going off of. And he was pretty adamant and quick about it, so I don't know that there's any doubt that it hit him.
Again, you have to have indisputable video evidence to overturn it, and I don't know that it's there unless there's something we're not seeing, but that was hard to pick up.
Five of the last 7 hitters have reached base for Georgia in this inning. And remember, we showed you yesterday that was their big inning.
After review, the batter was hit by the pitch. He will be awarded first base.
And it doesn't mean that they saw something that reaffirms the call. It just means, like you said, that they didn't see anything otherwise. 8 runs in the second inning last night for Georgia, and they're building a big one again in this second inning.
So Oriach is over at third base. You got Ryan Black at second, and now Phelps over at first, and here is Daniel Jackson. Oh, he was trying to feed the trees for sure with that swing. Instead, it is 1-1.
This is the guy you don't want to pitch to if you don't have to, but Daniel Jackson has come up yesterday and today with moments where you just have to go after him. You don't have a choice. He was up with the bases loaded to win the game last night.
Yeah, 7th inning, Georgia trying to run rule LSU last night. In the bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, bases loaded. LSU got Jackson to strike out. Jackson has 3 career grand slams. They all came this year with the Bulldogs. Ground ball back up the middle. That's going to play to Oriach. Here comes Black. The throw to third, trying to get Phelps, not in time, and Jackson will scoot his way to second base. 4-0 Georgia.
He took a huge swing and a miss, so now he controls himself and stays up the middle. That's why he's such a great hitter. Just changes his approach and just puts the ball in play up the middle. Good things happen. 2 more runs for Georgia, and they take the extra base, second and third. Georgia up by 4 already.
Now 72 runs batted in this season for Daniel Jackson. Michael O'Shaughnessy will step in now. He struck out his first time against Evans. Pitch count at 51. Looks like Zach Coward up in that LSU bullpen.
That's a solid 93. We heard that mid pop from way up here. Right off the plate on the inside corner. Fastball in, I always thought was the best pitch, because as a hitter, when you see that, now you feel like, how can I get the barrel to that? And it makes you open up too early. It makes you vulnerable to all the off speed. But you got to throw strikes to make it effective.
Evans threw 15 pitches in the first, and he got a fly out and back-to-back strikeouts. He has thrown 40 pitches so far in the second. And that is ball 4. Boy,
that in a couple of weeks will get challenged.
Evans even looks back there and asks our home plate umpire where that was. Well, let's take another look and see exactly what it did look like.
They're going to have the challenge system at the SEC tournament in a few weeks, and that would definitely be one that they would take a look at. But Casey Evans not getting the benefit of the doubt in this one, and that is a tough spot for a pitcher to be in, because now you don't have a choice but to split the plate.
Well, good to see Kaysen, though, with velocity 95, 96. Changeup looked pretty good. But just not his day. Georgia's lineup, just too much. Got some work, though. And now LSU going to the bullpen. We will update the change when we come back to Athens, Georgia. Evans frustrated in that dugout, an inning and 2/3. 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and a couple of walks. And still an issue for LSU with 2 runners on, but they will turn the baseball over to Zach Cowan now, the senior, who is coming off a fantastic week. SEC co-pitcher of the week last week. It started against Southeastern Louisiana, went 4 scoreless, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, and then came back against South Carolina, got the start. 6 innings, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts in that one.
And now Zach Cowan, look, you don't see this that often, but his primary pitch is his changeup. He's going to throw his changeup more than he does his fastball. So he's going to set you up by showing you low 90s fastball, and then he's coming back with that changeup.
Cowan making his 15th appearance. He has 4 starts on the year, 34 innings of work this season, and he'll face Rylan Luho to start things off. Luho singled to start this inning. Bases loaded. O'Shaughnessy's over there at first base after his walk. Jackson just got a base hit. He's at second. Phelps over there at third base. There's Daniel. 2 more RBIs on his ledger. Luho at 355 now. And therefore strike 1-1.
And now once he's shown the fastball, if you're Luho, you're looking changeup. You're sitting changeup tempo the rest of the at bat.
Ground ball right side. Ruckert over to Dar, and Cowan does his job and gets LSU off the field. But Georgia puts together another strong second inning. 8 runs last night in the second. 4 in the second here. They lead it by 4.
She's done nothing but pour all of her heart and soul into watching me play baseball.
She's like my best friend.
My biggest supporter, my biggest fan, and I love you very much.
I just remember her always being there. Kim, you the GOAT. I love you.
Mom was kind of always that like hand on my shoulder. You know, when you go through the ups and downs, she's just been such a great mom.
I thank you for everything you've done for our family. I wouldn't be here without you, and I love you so much.
And a happy Mother's Day. Good to hear those players recognizing their moms for all they did. Jack Ruckert will lead things off as you and I both had boys go through the travel ball. Travel ball wasn't around when you were growing up.
No.
But, I mean, if it wasn't for my wife taking care of our son Sam doing all the travel ball stuff, good gracious.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to my mom, Donna Walker in Dallas, Texas.
My mom in Atlanta, GA.
Yeah. Yeah, it's stuff you don't think about till you're in that position. All the times, you know, going to the ballpark, how it basically set my life up for even what I'm doing right now in baseball, like all the trips to the practice and games. And Incredible what mothers do out there.
Heck, I feel kind of lucky living in Atlanta. Most of the travel ball stuff was coming through Atlanta. I didn't have to make all the trips, many of the trips that some of these teams make all year. I caught you one summer just walking around the mall in Buckhead, just randomly.
With the travel ball?
Yeah.
I was coaching that for 6 years, yeah. That was some good memories there, too. But we had a local team, you know, which was great. We played the AAA level, you know, and was successful. When we tried to go to the major level is when we got beat up. That's when they're flying guys in for weekend tournaments at 10 years old. You know, it's unbelievable. But we had a great time. The Bayou Beast was our name.
Nice name.
Yeah.
Probably had some good gear. Thinking you had some nice gear.
Yeah, red and white, had the eyeballs on the hat.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Ruckert slaps that one, a base hit for LSU. So the freshman with a base knock gets things started here.
Yeah, they got some good freshmen. Jack Ruckert's one of them. Nice, compact swing, takes the ball where it's pitched, goes the other way. 3-time state champion at Catholic High School, right under LSU's nose there in Baton Rouge. So he's been in high-level, high-pressure games, and this is a kid that's going to be able to handle the pressure well. It's going to be a nice player for LSU for the next 3 years.
Tanner Reeves now steps to the plate. A senior at 237 on the year. His first at-bat this afternoon. One and one the count. Reeves hitting .200 against SEC pitching this season. 1 for 4 this weekend against Georgia. That's in there for a strike, 1 and 2.
Good land there by Caden Aoki. And that's going to be a curveball, the 12-6 action that you don't really pick up. It's got tight spin on it, and that's why you get a freeze up by Tanner Reeves. Thinks it's a high fastball.
They're going to say foul ball. We'll do it again. Third inning's been good, about the only good inning for LSU this weekend. Game 1, they scored 4 runs in the third. Game 2 last night, they scored 3 in the third. Matter of fact, they've outscored Georgia in the third inning 7-1. But all the other innings, Georgia's outscored LSU 27-9. Swing and a miss, and Reeves goes down.
Dirty.
Well, here's some of the freshmen that Jay Johnson has not been afraid to put in the lineup here in the back end of this regular season.
Yeah, William Patrick and Jack Ruckert, the 2 best players out of the state of Louisiana last year. Mason Braun out of Indiana, one of the top recruits as a first baseman. Then Omar Cerna, the best catcher in Texas, top 5 in the nation. Those 4 guys are the future of LSU.
Mason Braun, runner goes, slaps it right through the hole. Braun with an exceptional job with the bat. Throw to third, not in time. And Reeves will be safe, or Ruckert will be safe over there at third.
That's a situation between second and shortstop where you're looking at each other, open mouth, closed mouth. One guy's going to take the bag and the other's not, in a hit and run type of situation. Obviously, they elect for Branch to take the bag based on the pitch, and it was a fastball away. Nice job by Mason Braun, just going with it. Ruckert all the way to third, and first and third for LSU.
Omar Cerna 0 for 1. Starts him off with a strike. Cerna hitting .330 against conference pitching. 30 Out of 91 at the plate. Just 1 for 7 this weekend.
Had a 12-game hit streak snapped last night. Hit a monster home run on March 10th against Creighton, and that was his first home run of the year, and that's when they started to turn their eyes toward Omar Cerna, who they think is going to be a first-round draft pick in a few years.
He's behind 0-2. He had 2 outstanding series before coming to Athens against Mississippi State and South Carolina. Went 13 for 26, 4 doubles, 4 home runs, and 10 runs batted in. Pretty good little run.
Yeah, I'd say so. Nice little block by Hudson, save a run back there. Played first base last night. Giving Daniel Jackson a break today as the DH.
Two and 2 now on Cerna. Ground ball back up the middle. LSU's going to push a run across here. So Cerna picks up his 36th RBI of the season.
Just knows how to hit. He's sitting off speed, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. Gets the cutter and is able to be quick enough just to plop it right back up the middle. Omar Cerna's a home run hitter, but in this situation, he knew he had to put the ball in play, and the Tigers strike on the board.
These are the things that Jay Johnson has talked about that he's been stressing with his guys, especially these young guys. It's not all about trying to hit it 108 miles an hour off the bat. There's times for that, but there are times for base hits that score a run.
I'm not a big guy, but I was never in a position where I felt like I could get to the plate and try to hit a home run. You mentioned Zach York.
Yeah.
A guy like that comes in with all these accolades and having to hit home runs. He goes to the plate thinking home run every time. And yeah, you pull yourself out of all kind of bad technique. And I think that's what happened to Zach York. But when you're a guy that's just looking up the middle the other way, sitting off speed, tempo, whatever the case, however you want to term it, that's when the home runs come. Your ability will take over, your hands will fly, and that's when you hit the home runs. But if you're focused on just putting the ball in play with a good clean stroke, that's how it works.
Derek Curiel has put the ball in play quite a bit in the last 2 seasons. He's 0 for 1 today. Average has dipped a couple of points to 344. And he'll look at a strike there. It's 2-1. Curiel with 44 runs batted in and 6 home runs on the year.
Had 7 last year, so we talk about 345 last year, 346 this year, 7 home runs last year, 6 this year. I mean, talk about consistency from this kid.
I still think it's amazing for a freshman to walk into this league like he did last year and have an on-base consecutive streak of 43 games. 5th longest in LSU history. Dylan Cruz set the record with 71 back in 2023. But
You know why? Because Dylan Cruz was the Golden Spikes winner. They're afraid of him. But they're not afraid of Derek Curiel as a freshman. And to put that number together without that element is incredibly impressive. That just shows you his plate discipline.
Curiel draws the walk. And they will be loaded now with only 1 out. And one guy that could certainly give LSU a lead here with 1 swing is Cade Arambidi. A cleanup hitter for LSU strolls to the plate. in a dicey situation for Caden Aoki and the Bulldogs. Aaron Beatty 0 for 1. Aaron Beatty had that unbelievable game against Tennessee earlier this year where he hit 4 home runs back in, I guess it was April 5th. Set a school record with those 4 home runs. Only the 4th SEC player to do it in a game. 3 solo shots and a grand slam. Fouls that one straight back. It's 0-2.
And that was game 2 of that series. He did start in game 1, but prior to that, he hadn't played in 10 days. That's what was impressive about that. Comes in there, hits 4 home runs in 1 game at Tennessee, and ever since then, one of the hottest hitters in the country.
That grand slam he hit against the Vols, the last time LSU hit a grand slam this year. Not going to happen this time for Aaron Beatty. He chases one outside the zone, 2 down now.
Pretty strong by Caden Aoki. Friday night, Aaron Beatty took a slider and hit it out of left center. Last night, first pitch slider hits it down the line for a base clearing 3 RBI double. They come back to the slider, put it in a different spot, and he swings and misses.
Now you got to fight through this guy, Stephen Milam. A man they call Monster. He golfed one out to right field in his first at bat, 0 for 1 today. Chases one down in the zone.
Yeah, you wouldn't really know because on TV the curveball looks like a curveball, but based on how they're taking pitches and the swings of Caden Aoki's curveball, they're just not picking up the spin. Tight spin, and even if you do pick up the spin, it's dropping way more than Stephen Milam anticipates.
Buries one inside. To the right side. Nice play by Black, and Georgia will get off the field and LSU will leave them loaded. They did pick up a run. They trail 4-1. When we come back, we'll visit with Jay Johnson. Stay with us. Jay Johnson in that dugout. And Coach, obviously good news to see Kason Evans back on the mound. Just your take on what you saw from him today and what does it mean moving forward?
Yeah, I thought the first inning was great. Stuff looked great, live, healthy, all of that. Georgia's a tough offense. Honestly, we got to make the play at third base, and it's probably 1-1 right now. So they're just tough to strike out. I mean, their power is impressive, but their ability to not strike out makes it tough on really good pitchers.
Jay, you've talked about the offense and how good they've been over the last 10 days, but all year long, but you lost your best hitter, but you got to be pleased with what you saw this last inning.
Yeah, these young guys are doing a really good job. We're throwing them to the fire, and league play right there. And, Cade's come through a bunch for us in those situations, didn't right there. And, Aoki's a veteran pitcher. He knows how to find a strike or find an out when he needs it. We got to be a little better there, but we'll keep going. There's more runs on the board for us today.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Jay.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, I spent so much time in Baton Rouge. Just my schedule put me in Baton Rouge so much last year. It was great to be around him. And even though this year has not been at all what they expected, is Ishikawa pops this one a mile in the air, and Milam says he has it, and he does. But it's been dealing with him this year in a completely different setting in terms of how things have gone. I've learned a lot about Jay and his commitment to excellence and doing things the right way, earning things through hard work. I've really appreciated being around him in this type. I know he doesn't enjoy it, but you get to see the true colors of somebody in this type of situation.
Well, you've always said that about life in general. You find out the true character of a person when they're going through adversity, and you mentioned it last night. Like, he hadn't had a whole lot of adversity in his coaching career. 2 times out of the last 6 at Arizona. He took that team to Omaha, and 2 out of the last 3 national championships here at LSU. And yeah, I mean, the way he carries himself, he's earning his money this year. It's easy when things are going great, right? It's the times that are tough is when you really earn your position. I think Jay Johnson has held himself with class, and it's tough. It's tough in Louisiana when you're not winning at any sport. But they love their baseball, and this is hard to see right here if you're an LSU fan.
Oriach sharply hit down to first base, and that'll be an easy step on the bag for Seth Dardar. 2 down.
This is a good combination in a normal scenario for LSU. I mean, you got Kason Evans followed by Zach Cowan, made some starts, but Zach Cowan can do just about anything. He can start, he can go long relief for you, and he can close games out. He's got that good of stuff.
Boy, it's great to have a guy like that can handle that type of role. Just from a psychological standpoint, being ready to do whatever. Some guys are just built to be starters. It's hard to put them in the bullpen, throws them off, and vice versa sometimes.
And that's a good point. Like, you can put people in that position, they may not be successful. So what I mean for Zach Cowan is he's been successful at all 3 spots. And you're right, if you can find a kid, it's rare, but if you can find a kid like that, what a difference. And especially with what we're seeing with LSU, lost their number 1, who just came back today in Kason Evans. Cooper Moore out for the year, their number 2. And you get pushing guys up in the rotation on weekends that would have been there if they were supposed to be there in the first place. A guy like Zach Cowan that can fill a gap is huge.
Georgia's got a couple of guys that kind of play that role. One of them's on the mound today, Caden Aoki.
Yeah.
Justin Bird's another guy. Matt Scott's another guy. That's one of the reasons Georgia's been successful is they've got multiple ways that they can go. They know who their first 2 starters are every weekend, but after that, he's got a lot of options, does Wes Johnson.
That was going to be my comment, and they won the league. But there's not a lot of teams that can say that.
Exactly. What a job. I mean, we were talking to him before the game, Wes Johnson, about it still said, he goes, I still have a hard time believing because nobody saw it coming last night. The way that the games played out, nobody was expecting Georgia to win a championship last night.
We were asking that question, and we saw them with water bottles sitting there, as if they're about to celebrate. We asked Wes Johnson that. He said they had a water leak last week, so he thought that they were just gathering water.
Yeah, like they were having water. There was no coolers of water in the dugout. The guys just had water bottles because the water went out. He didn't realize that they were getting ready to celebrate. He had no idea until somebody told him on the last out.
So good. And that's such a huge accomplishment to not know until it actually, it happens. But A&M had gotten beat, and they were up big in this game. They just had to win. And we knew that was a foregone conclusion about the 7th inning. To win the league, 16 teams, and you're the best in the league in the SEC, which we all think is the best baseball conference in the country. Wes Johnson, 43 wins the last 2 years, another 40-win season this year, and 3rd straight. what looks like a top 8 national seed.
Here's the walk to Hudson, but this is what it looked like last night when they finally got that last out. Matt Scott on the mound, and the celebration was on. Right about now, I think Wes Johnson figured it out that they won a championship.
He said, wow, that's quite a celebration to win a baseball game. He figured it out, and now he really knew at that point. That's great. Congratulations, Wes Johnson. Man, he's been around. LSU, Dallas Baptist, Mississippi State.
Arkansas.
Big league coach for the Minnesota Twins, pitching coach. Arkansas, I mean, and he told us that now moving forward, even though next week doesn't matter in terms of winning the league, he's gonna reach out of his experience of being in those situations and learn from it moving forward and how to prepare his team moving into the SEC tournament. They have Auburn next week, but he doesn't have to win. And that's the hardest thing for them now, is like having your team prepared when you've already clinched.
Colby Branch 0 for 1 today. By the way, it's his 3rd year here, and he has put together, as you said, 43, 43, and 40 wins to this point here in 2026. First time in the history of this baseball program that they have had 3 straight years of 40 or more wins.
And he's never been a head coach. And he's dual role here too, by the way. He's a pitching coach and the head coach.
Ground ball. Milam, long way to go. Can't catch up to it. So Branch with another base knock. Boy, he's having a great series. Of course, that national championship LSU won with Paul Skeens. The pitching coach was Wes Johnson.
Ty Floyd had 16 strikeouts in Omaha. Gavin Guidry closes it out. Pretty good group they put together in 2023 to win that national championship. And even then, they were one swing away from being eliminated by Wake Forest. And Tommy Tanks goes deep in extra innings. They go on and win it.
Jay Johnson asked Jay about that last night. He had his team out in the outfield last night while Georgia was celebrating, and he says, you know, I just want my guys to look and respect him. I mean, it's a grind. He knows what it's like to win a championship. He says that he didn't want his team to like walk off the field and be disrespectful. He wanted Georgia to enjoy their moment out of respect to his friend Wes Johnson.
I think it was 2, and you mentioned last night, that's 1. The other thing is, watch these guys. This is what we're going for. This is what we want. And with the freshmen that are playing for LSU right now, it'll hit you hard to watch another team celebrate in front of you.
Fouled straight back by Black. Nice hands back there by Clint Fagan at second base. Gobbled that up, got it back to the pitcher on the overthrow. Boy, Clint. First and second for the Dogs, 2 outs in the inning. Ground ball out to Milam. And LSU will get off the field. Nothing doing for the Dogs. They'll leave a couple of runs, but they lead it by 3 after 3. Back in a moment.
my fixation.
The real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
Well, the College World Series from Omaha gets underway in the middle of June. And right now, D1Baseball.com projects these 16 teams to be national seeds. Of course, top 8 is where you really want to be. That's kind of the comfort zone. You get to host a super if you win your regional. And right now, UCLA has been there all season long. Georgia as a number 3 national seed. Texas A&M as an 8 national seed. And of course, Oregon and Oregon State hanging in there as well.
How about Kansas at 7?
Yep.
Dan Fitzgerald used to coach at LSU, now over there. UCLA, that story is incredible to me. John Savage put all the freshmen on the field 2 years ago. They went 19-33. They played together last year, and in this day and age, the transfer portal, they created this chemistry, or John Savage did, and now they're 41-4, whatever they are, and number 1 national seed.
Gloved over there at first by Michael O'Shaughnessy. Sharply hit, about 93 miles an hour off the bat.
Yeah, pretty nice snag. This turf makes a difference. You don't catch seams anymore. So back in our day, look, I mean, that dirt would get hard on a sunny day like today, and if you caught a seam, you don't know where it was going to hop. But these turf now infields have a lot of give to it, and so you can be a little more confident in making plays off to the side like you saw right there.
John Pearson 0 for 1 with a strikeout, average at 250 now. John's another one of those guys. I remember talking to Jay Johnson last year about John, and he was talking about his hit tool is way above average, and it just hasn't panned out. But he's given him opportunities, though.
Yeah, only a sophomore. So, I mean, and a great family. Josh Pearson played here at LSU. Yeah. Jacob was a third-round pick, his older brother. And you can imagine the conversations that go on there. So he's accelerated in his thought process at the plate. And he's a big kid, can hit a lot of homers. It's just going to take some playing time to get to where he reaches his potential.
Went around. 3-pitch strikeout. John back to the dugout. Out number 2.
Another example of that curveball from Aoki that they're just not picking up. They're not seeing it well. And John Pearson just with a half swing, not confident that it was going to stay in the zone, but it did. And I always thought with 2 strikes, you're in swing mode. Like I'm swinging the bat until my eyes tell me differently that the ball has been thrown out of the zone. But it's not, I'm going to wait and see and then make a decision, because then you get a lot of check swings. But you have to trust yourself.
Yeah.
You have to trust that method.
Ruckert, LSU second baseman, singled and scored his first time to the dish. And that is a strike. It's 0-2.
Another check swing. They're just not seeing it well, and they're not confident enough on that curveball.
Aoki with 5 strikeouts today through 3 2/3 innings. He's walked a couple.
And, you know, it seems like that's all he would have to throw. It's like a knuckleballer. Just throw that every pitch, and even if they make contact, it's going to be a weak ground ball somewhere, as long as you don't hang it up in their eyes. And that's pretty much what he's doing.
Yeah.
We saw Paul Farley do that last night with the slider he's got, low and into the left-handed hitters. 6 left-handed hitters in his lineup for LSU.
Hit him in the arm on a 1-2 pitch. Went fastball up and in, and a little too far up and in.
Yeah, tried to get a little more velocity on that fastball. Knew he had him set up with the curveballs, having him sit back. So then he thought, if I can burn this fastball middle in, I can get him to freeze, and just tried to throw it too hard. Hit him.
Aoki now to face Tanner Reeves. 9-hole hitter for LSU. We'll look at ball one. Aoki has played at Notre Dame, he's played at Southern Cal before finding his way here to Georgia. Spent 1 year with the Fighting Irish, 3 at Southern Cal.
Hey, made 16 starts last year for USC. So he's used to being out there at the beginning of the baseball game. Only his 5th start for Georgia, but he's been more valuable out of the bullpen.
A 7-0 record, 3 saves on the year. Two and one the count now to Reeves. That one misses, now 3 and 1. Ground ball, O'Shaughnessy. That is a classic example of what they call a Sunday hop. Right into his belly. Easy step on the bag. Hey, when we come back, we'll visit with the SEC regular season champ head coach, Wes Johnson. Georgia leading 4-1. They captured the first 2 games of this series, meaning that they won an SEC regular season championship last night here at Foley Field. Dave Neal, Todd Walker, and joining us is the skipper of the Dogs, Wes Johnson. And Coach, I just got to go back to last night because I don't think many of us here were really paying close attention to everything that was going on around the league. When did you finally realize, and talk me through, like, winning that championship last night?
Guys, it's crazy. I did not know until we made the last out of the game. My coaching staff was following it in between innings, you know, in the tunnel, and they just didn't tell me. They were like, we didn't want to tell you. We knew you were calling pitches. We didn't want you to get too excited. So I had no idea until the game was over, which was awesome. I mean, it was like a surprise. So, yeah. But, yeah, you know, you don't plan for that this early, and you know, it's a credit to our guys and how hard they've been playing.
Caden Aoki on the mound today has been through the lineup twice. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, he's mixing all his pitches. If you've noticed, we've thrown just about every pitch in a 2-strike count, which is really nice, right? So he's got the slider going, he's got the curveball, he's throwing a little change. He's right there at the end. He commanded that fastball, you know, away and got the ground out to first. So he's really commanding the baseball.
Hey, Coach, we'll let you go, but congratulations on a regular season champ. I know that is not an easy task, so well done.
Thank you, and go Dogs.
I mean, that's crazy to think. You know, Texas and Texas A&M both had to lose. A&M played a doubleheader yesterday, so they had to lose one of those two games, and Georgia had to win. And both games were going on at the same time. Ground ball off the bat of Phelps, base hit for him. He'll start things off here in the bottom of the fourth. And yeah, as he said, he's locked into calling pitches and keeping up with his team and changes. And there was all kind. I mean, it was bad pitching night. He was frustrated. I'm sure nobody wanted to go touch him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, man, A&M's losing" or whatever. But it's crazy to think that he didn't know until the last out was made.
Yeah, toward the ninth, they were up by, 6 or 7 runs. You'd have thought they could let him off the hook. But there was a few times in that baseball game, LSU had the bases loaded when Aaron Beatty hit the double to clear at 8-3, that LSU had a real shot. And he's told us that before the game. He goes, you don't ever take LSU lightly. And he was locked in, and rightfully so, wasn't told about any of that. But it is an incredible accomplishment in this day and age with 16 teams in one level now as last year, and then of course with Texas and Oklahoma coming into the league to win it out of all 16 in this league. That
there used to be divisions, is what
correct.
You're saying. So it was you didn't have to battle through all 16. You were winning an East and a West.
There were 7 teams in the West and 7 teams in the East. Now 16 teams just stacked, and to win that, just as the only team, 7 out of the last 8 national championships have come from this conference. That's special.
When you were at LSU, you won, I think, 3 West Division championships.
We didn't get a ring for that one. I think at the time, to your point, I think there were only like 5 teams.
Daniel Jackson, has he done it again? Yes, he has. Daniel Jackson just went yard for the 25th time and add 2 more RBIs to his total. He's up to 74. What an amazing year.
What's impressive to me about this kid is when you're trying to hit home runs, you get geared up, your left shoulder leaves early, and you're trying to pull everything. He does a great job of staying back and still with the pop to go the opposite direction. That ball has big-time backspin, so it's going to carry. And he's just patient at the plate. He takes what you give him. And if he's in a position on a one, in a position to hit a home run, he's going to do it. And just an incredible year. Has a real shot for 30-30, which would be incredible because there's only been 5 players in the history of the SEC to go 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases. And he's got 24 bags, 25 home runs now.
25.
Incredible.
That one is lifted. Is he going to stay in play? Looks like it might. It's kind of cutting back. Oh, no. Tanner Reeves completely lost it. And O'Shaughnessy is going to end up at second.
And he has the glasses on. I thought he might have had the glasses on his head, and then, because you see that a lot too, but he just, if you lose it with the glasses on, I've seen a lot of players take their hat off and shield the sun, but even then, that is a bad feeling. I had that happen to me a couple times. There's nothing you can do. If you don't see the ball, you can't catch it. And Tanner Reeves just lost it. Gets right in the ball of the sun, and you just lose it. You don't know where it's going to land.
Well, that ball had some. The wind is blowing from left to right. Kept it in play. Looked like initially it might get out of play. Not a whole lot of room down that line. But fortunately for Georgia and O'Shaughnessy, it stayed in play, and he's at second base now. By the way, the 2 RBIs. That's 4 today for Jackson. That gives him 74 on the year. Tied for 5th most in a season in Georgia history. The school record's 86. Rich Poitras set it back in 2009.
And now he's by far ahead in the RBI lead, right, for the SEC.
Yeah.
By far in that. Home runs, nobody's going to catch him. It's just the average, which he's over 380 right now. And again, that hasn't happened since 2017. Brent Rooker.
He's at 386 now, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's catching that either.
He left here last Sunday hitting 373, and Phelps was at 372, and now he's at 386.
So here's where we're at. Daniel Jackson, 15 points on Bryce Chance, and that's gone up. Daniel Jackson, well, no, they've updated. 25 home runs and 74 RBIs for Daniel Jackson. Still a ways to go, but impressive numbers.
Never doubt the guys in the truck, or I should say control room. I'll show my age now. So somebody.
Yeah, Josh, our producer, sorry about that. Did I ever doubt you? Yeah.
Luhal, base hit. O'Shaughnessy will come around third. He held up. Here's the throw, not in time, and now the throw down to second, and they're going to get him at second base. Luhal tried to move up on the throw, didn't happen, but he does pick up an RBI, and Georgia's lead is now 7-1.
Pretty identical to Trey Phelps, just that bullet back up the middle. Ryan Luhal just rips it, and nice transfer by Milam down to home. Doesn't quite get him, but Aaron Beatty with the short hop and the bullet over to second. And they avoid a lot more damage than it would have been otherwise. Cutting him down at second base for the first out.
Smash for a base hit off the bat of Ishikawa. He turns the corner on the way to second. Boy, he can move now.
Two-way player, he's talented. 6 starts on the year on the mound and just rips that low fastball. A little bit off the end of the bat, but down the line, and you're right, he can really go. And 3 extra base hits in this inning alone for Georgia.
Tigers quickly getting an arm up. Grant Fontenot in that bullpen. I mean, this is just an offensive juggernaut for Georgia. I've seen every team in the league sans Kentucky, and nobody swings it like these guys.
Nobody swings it like Georgia. The problem is hitting as a group slumps like a player will slump. And if you start getting in different ballparks, like we know in Omaha, I think it's pretty fair in Hoover.
Yeah.
Depending on the weather, we've seen both sides, but you start getting in different ballparks, the offense changes. That's why they always say great pitching beats great hitting. So that's what you worry about with an offense. But the good news for Georgia is they can pitch it. I mean, Bolchko's great, Big U's great, Matt Scott, Aoki, who we're seeing today.
Jordy Oriach, 0 for 1. With a walk today. Georgia hitters today, 10 for 19. 2 doubles, a home run, and 7 runs scored. And we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. We've had a kind of a strange inning. The ball lost in the sun, and one kind of gets stuck under the wall out there in right field.
Is hitting 500 as a team any good?
Yeah.
That's amazing. They feel pretty comfortable here, and again, the other good news for Georgia is as a top 8, if they make it, which they look like they will, you host a regional here and a super.
I would say there might be a few folks. You can have all the metrics you want. You win an SEC regular season championship over 10 weekends, 30 games, and you're not a top 8 national seed in the best conference in America.
Something's wrong with the,
right.
with the metrics there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And I don't want to be a wah-wah, but Texas won the league last year and didn't make it out of the regional. So there's no indication by winning the regular season or winning the conference tournament that you're going to make a big run. You got to constantly stay on top of it.
Boy, that was a big wah-wah from you. Really
Debbie Downer,
yeah.
sorry about that.
Out to a deep second, short right field. Ruckert was a good 25 feet out in right field. And on this turf, that ball took a big, quick hop right to him.
The ball was scorched by Oriach. It would have been where the second baseman's playing anyway in a normal situation, but it does give him some room to make more of a nice play to his left or to his right. But then you'd question if it were to his right and he's standing right there, can he make the play at first?
Stands out there again.
Yeah, and they're in the shift again.
Ishikawa stands at third base, 2 down in the inning. Brendan Hudson with a big swing and a miss on a 91-mile-an-hour pitch. Hudson hitting 7th in this lineup. Grounded out, but picked up an RBI in the second, walked in the third. One and two. Mason Evans gets the start today for LSU after some arm issues. Put him on the shelf for a while. Threw just shy of 60 pitches today. Georgia touched him up for 4 runs. High in the air, boy.
Son.
Milam says, everybody get out of the way. I can see it, I'm gonna get it. But Georgia adds 3 more to the total, and the big blow from this guy.
How about Daniel Jackson the other way? 4 RBIs for this kid, and Georgia in command.
Hey, thanks, Dari. Taking a look at our updated standings, of course, Georgia 20-6, winning the regular season, getting the #1 seed at the SEC tournament, and then there's a real race going on. I mean, that is wide open, folks, from Texas A&M all the way down to Ole Miss with a weekend left to play.
We talked about the top 4 seeds for the SEC tournament. They win that tournament every year. One is sold with Georgia. There's 8 teams stacked with a chance to be in that top 4 discussion. It's incredible. Yeah, those 8 right there. I mean, to receive the double bye is huge in that tournament. And then, of course, you get the automatic bid if you win the tournament. Last 4 years, it's either been Tennessee or it's been Vanderbilt to win that thing.
LSU down 6 here as we move to the 5th inning. And a pinch hitter up for LSU. Daniel Harden, a junior, transferred in from McLennan Community College out of Prairieville, Louisiana. forget, we've got some more regular season baseball coming your way on the SEC Network next weekend. We've got Georgia traveling over to the loveliest village on the plains, a renovated Plainsman Park. Beautiful, beautiful setting. We'll have 2 games for you, Thursday at 8, Friday at 8, right here on the network. And, of course, you can always catch it on the ESPN app.
Another team fighting for a top 8, Auburn. 3 in RPI. Look like they're going to get to host there, and you're right, that ballpark's fantastic.
Harden's 21st appearance of the season at the plate, swings and misses, and he goes down. First out of the inning.
Caden Aoki with that curveball. 2,800 spin rate on that thing. I mean, and spin rate means the same pitch with the same velocity ends up in a different location, the higher the spin rate. And for Aoki, again, that curveball has just been hard for the LSU Tigers to pick up.
Omar Cerna Jr., 1 for 2 today. Gators beat Kentucky earlier today. They had an early start down in Gainesville. Florida won 9-6 to win that series 2-1. See the pitch count for Caden Aoki, 75, and here comes number 76. Well, that's off Cerna's foot.
Kentucky has lost 7 series this year, 2 out of 3. Like, they haven't been swept, but they've lost 7 of the 9, 2 out of 3.
It's tough.
That's
tough league.
It's tough, and it's good because it's going to keep them in the field of 64, just the fact that they didn't get swept. They won 1 game.
Cerna already with a bad back. Now fighting the pain of fouling that one off his foot.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Alabama took down South Carolina today. Alabama won game 1, 8-3. Game 2, 9-6. So they'll sweep that series. Crimson Tide now 16-11 in the league.
Yeah, they went through 3 weeks, Alabama, where they weren't very good. Arkansas swept them. Lost 2 or 3 to Texas and 2 or 3 to Tennessee.
Swing and a miss by Cerna. He goes down, 2 outs.
Caden Aoki's feeling it now. Basically 2 pitches, but in command of both. And once again, the curveball right down the middle, just hard to hit. You see it in one spot, you go after it, ends up in a different spot, and Omar Cerna goes down again.
Derek Curiel 0 for 1. What kind of emphasis did you place on your pre-swing stance, where your hands were, all that kind of stuff before? Did any of that ever get into your head?
If I started thinking technical, I was done before I walked up to the plate. Everything I had put my mind to was what the situation is, what pitches the pitcher has, what's the sequences. Never once did I think technical. I mean, I would do that in practice. But even when I was working on my swing in AAA to try to get back up, you know, my hitting coach would say, look, we're going to work on this, but when you go out between the lines to play the game, don't think about any of it, just play. And that's the way I kind of I took it, because there's too much to think about as a hitter with what's going on the field to think about where your hands are. Now, a catcher would say, hey, I didn't know you you held your hands in that position.
Right, now you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Curiel's thinking about 2, but he's going to stop with a single as that one is played off the wall nicely by Oriach, but a base hit for Curiel.
Batsby's quick, and when you put it out over the plate, he can pull it. You love about Curiel, he goes line to line, but right there gets an opportunity to hit it to right field and rips it over there. Only a single out of that off the wall, but a base runner that LSU desperately needs.
Missouri's up on Vanderbilt 3-1. That game in the 8th inning could be the first series win of the year for the Tigers if they can win today over Vanderbilt.
So back to the point, I remember going in Yankee Stadium. I'm nervous and scared, whatever. And Joe Girardi's behind the plate, and he goes, "Hey, you know John Wetland?" He starts talking to me while David Cohn's taking the sign. And I'm thinking to myself, man, he's so nice. But I'm thinking also later, wait a second, he was trying to mess me up, man. Hey, you know John Wetland? Yeah, I know John. He married a girl from my high school. We're having a conversation.
Yeah.
And here comes the pitch. And I thought at first, I'm like, man, he's being so nice to me. I'm a rookie. But it was the opposite.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was the opposite. So that's the type of stuff, you know, you got to start getting things in your mind as a hitter. They call it noise, you know, traffic, whatever. Bad signals. It can really affect you.
Aaron Beatty's behind 0-2. Oh, Aoki thought that was strike 3. He bounces toward the dugout.
It has been a tight zone all weekend. And,
oh boy.
Yeah. When the challenge system comes in the tournament in a few weeks, we're going to find out about pitches like that. Again, in spring training in the major leagues, 52% were overturned of challenges.
Little double clutch. Hudson couldn't get his hand on that baseball cleanly. And Curiel picks up a stolen base, his 13th of the year.
Yeah, double clutch there, not able to grab the handle for Hudson. Only had 9 guys try on him. That's the 10th successful. Hudson behind the plate, giving Daniel Jackson a break.
Yeah, 8 start behind the plate, but Dogs are 8-0 when Hudson starts. Ground ball, slow roller. That one's out to Black. He'll make the throw, and LSU will leave Curiel on base. Nothing doing for the Tigers. Head to the bottom of the 5th. Georgia up by 6.
It's called Kanai looking fly.
Chalowski with power. Daniel Jackson. Take Davis. How far is that going to travel? Star of the season, Landon Hairston.
In an era that's so golden.
He's just ridiculous.
It ain't no joke.
Those are the four guys, certainly the front runners, you could say, for the Golden Spikes Award. And Daniel Jackson trying for a 25-25 season. And look at the list of players that have done that. And he's trying to enter that club.
Pretty strong.
How about 3 in 1997? Now, the bats were a little hot, I think.
Yeah,
in
those are the trampoline era there, yeah. But to steal the bags.
Yeah.
In an era, especially now, where you don't even think about that. And nobody does it anymore. It's a lost art.
Yeah, there's really only a couple of teams that steal bases at a high clip. Oklahoma and Kentucky in this league.
That's correct.
That I can think of.
You got to focus on it and want to do it, right? And there's only those two teams that do care. Like, I know with Skip Bertman at LSU, we were always waiting on the 3-run homer. He didn't want to get blown up on the bases and give away an out.
Yeah.
Unless you just had a speedster, which we really didn't have.
Colby Branch. And Colby swings and misses. He's looking back like, what the heck, what pitch was that?
That count can kind of throw a little bit of an invisible. And that's why, again, he doesn't throw 97. That's a changeup. It's just spinning into the barrel. And Colby Branch is like, yeah, what? Okay.
You haven't thrown that all day. And you throw it to me? Right.
He's got big movement on it and the lack of velocity. About 10 miles difference between his fastball and then that. And if you have the same arm action, then it's very difficult as a hitter to pick that up.
I have not done a good job on trying to get Colby drafted 1-1 in the draft this year. After yesterday came over, I told you that yesterday, came up to me during BP and said, hey, you're great. Colby Branch, nice to meet you. I'm a big fan, listening to you for a while now. It's been great. And I was like, you are my new guy. And I'm going to get him drafted 1-1.
He's smart, and he will get a chance at the next level. I mean, 10 errors and 450 chances over the last 2 years. And then 52 home runs in college. That kid can play.
You know, the one thing we kind of joked about it, he'd be the first 23-year-old drafted 1-1. That's part of the problem is he's an older player in college baseball. Started his career at Baylor before coming here to Georgia.
The teams do value young talent. When we talk about Derek Curiel, a draft-eligible sophomore, they feel like essentially you're getting 2 years out of that kid that has college baseball experience. But I still think Colby Branch will get a shot.
There's Derek Curiel. He came out as just an unbelievably highly rated high school player and hasn't missed a beat since he got to Baton Rouge. Big swing and a miss. That'll be 2 outs.
Yeah, and you made a good point about his on-base streak as a freshman, and to put that together right away in this conference at LSU is saying a lot. There's not a whole lot of freshmen that can hit the field in the SEC anymore like there were 20, 30 years ago. But Derek Curiel right out of the gates has been fantastic.
Yeah, I like what you said, too. I didn't even really put it all together, but people didn't know him, and so they were pitching. They were actually pitching to him, and he was able to fight through that instead of the 3-hole hitter might get one pitch and at bat to swing at.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Dylan Cruz, who had the 71 on-base streak. Yeah, there's a little spook to him, so he's not getting a fastball.
That one's going to drop in for a base hit. Trey Phelps with his second hit of the day, and he'll wind up at second. His 8th double of the season. And now Daniel Jackson to the plate.
So this is the situation I'm talking about. Trying for the Triple Crown, 380 on the year. Goes the other way, his last at bat for the home run, 2-run homer. 4 RBIs, had the base hit back in the second with the bases loaded. But he sees this guy in front of him, Trey Phelps, who's chasing him in that Triple Crown, the average position. And they're going to intentionally walk him, so none of this matters. But I just would think it would be hard for him to be watching your buddy who you're trying to beat out for the batting average, just get a base hit, and you come to the plate. I mean, you'd be swinging a little bit harder than you should. trying harder to get a base hit.
Well, the fans here are certainly not happy. They wanted to see Jackson hit. That is one thing that LSU doesn't want to see, is Jackson hit. They've seen enough.
Makes sense with 2 outs. Now you got forces around the bags. Not any easier with Michael O'Shaughnessy, who hit the grand slam last night. Had 2 home runs last night. Capped it off in the 8th with another.
Misses with that one, 1-0 to O'Shaughnessy. He's 1 for 2 today. Boy, Jackson chasing down Gordon Beckham for the 2nd best home run total in a single season at Georgia. Beckham part of that 2008 team that captured Georgia's last regular season championship and the last Georgia team to get to Omaha. But everybody, Charlie Condon's 37 home runs in 2024 might sit there for a while.
Yeah, no doubt. That is a lot. I mean, you see how great of a year Daniel Jackson's having, and he's still 12 behind that. And Georgia didn't make it out of the regional last year, so they didn't have those extra games of Super in Omaha.
Condon also hit. That was 2024 when Condon hit 37.
Okay, so they made the Super that year, yes.
And then in 2023, he only had a little sluggish out of the gate. He only had 25 that year.
And he's with the Rockies right now. I think we talked about that. He's got 100+ plate appearances, 240 with 3. It hadn't quite translated yet to the pro level. But he could swing it. How about Brandon Larson, shortstop for LSU, hit 40 one year.
And I saw him recently. I think I saw him last year before. He hit one of the longest home runs I've ever seen. I think it was 97. Was that his year? 97, I think it was.
Yeah.
In Baum Stadium in Arkansas, over the batter's eye into this pond behind the batter's eye. Now, that was the monster bat total. That was gorilla ball time.
Yes.
But 40 is still a remarkable. You still got to elevate the ball and catch it. Just, you know what I mean? 40 is just staggering.
Larson and I were on the same Cincinnati Reds team, and we're in St. Louis, and it was similar to what they've got here in Georgia, where you're standing on the fence line in the dugout. And I hit I'm a left-handed hitter, a low on a way slider, sinker, and I was real late on it, and I hit a missile into our dugout, and everybody ducked except for Brandon Larson, and it hit him right in the head.
No way.
Oh, I thought I killed him.
Oh, no.
Hit him right in the head.
Did you know it was Larson immediately?
Yeah, because he was the only one standing up. Everybody else ducked. He was looking out in the outfield, and it hit him right in the head, and he fell back because there's steps.
Yeah.
And as it turned out, he broke his arm trying to fall, but I thought I hit him right in the head.
Oh, my goodness.
It could have been nasty.
That'll change your at-bat a little bit, thinking about that, huh?
Yeah.
Jeez. Has he talked to you about that since then?
I haven't seen him since then, yeah.
Go figure. Go figure.
I guess I should have paid the bills, huh, on that one. Yeah, that's always scary.
Well, Cowan's got himself in a bit of a bind here. There are 2 outs in the inning, but the bases are full of white jerseys.
That's the problem with intentional base on balls, is that you put the pitcher in position that he has to attack the next guy, but you walk the next guy, and now you're in a big bind like he is here. A lot of pressure.
Started this inning with a couple of strikeouts. Then you get a double, intentional walk, and then a regular old walk, and next thing you know, you're playing with fire. Shot out to left. That is off the top of the wall, out of here. Rylan Luho with another grand slam for the Bulldogs. That is the 8th Grand Slam this season for Georgia, second most in school history. They hit 12 in 2024, and that has opened this game up to an 11-1 score.
Did you say playing with fire? Well, they just got burnt. And man, the intentional walk to me is the difference again, because it puts a lot of pressure on Zach to have to get the next guy out, and it's their 3-hole hitter. It's not easy. Walks him, and now you got to face Lujo, which you've got to attack, especially early, and Lujo knew it.
Ground ball, backhanded over there by Dardar off to Cowan, but the noise was loud.
There he is. Ryan Lujo goes out and get it. Out over the plate and bounces into feeding the trees here in Georgia. And they extend this lead 11-1. What an offense here in Georgia.
His first time to pitch at Georgia. He pitched a lot at New Orleans.
Okay.
Caden Aoki, his day is done, but it was a solid effort from Caden today.
Wow, he was so good. Mixing in the fastball, but mostly that curveball. We had told you against right-handed hitters, that was his primary pitch, and you see why. Just dominant. Tight spin on that ball coming down in the zone. Even when LSU hitters knew it was coming, they could put a barrel on it. What a great day for Caden Aoki, that turns it over now to about Bryce Callaway. 6'4", 265, huge on the mound. UNO has some time there, but has yet to throw an inning for Georgia this year.
He is a big boy that has played some in the field. He is, in the fall, had some abdominal issues, like just his pain, and finally got it figured out. He had to have double hernia surgery, which toward the end of fall baseball, it was really slow to get him going this summer, but he is kind of, as the weather's gotten warmer, so has he from an offensive standpoint, was a two-way player at New Orleans. Matter of fact, he was such a good pitcher on the mound at New Orleans and is such a good position player. He was actually up for the running for the John Olerud Award for the best two-way player in Division I baseball.
25 innings last year at UNO with 23 strikeouts and hit 18 home runs there. And in New Orleans, that is a graveyard of a ballpark, so 18 home runs is a ton. And I guess the injury has a lot to do with his playing time now, but he's a very talented kid. 94.
Crowd realizing that Bryce Callaway getting his first action on the mound. And, you know, who knows what this means if he can throw some strikes as we get closer to postseason baseball.
If you can add a piece that you weren't expecting, that's what I've always said about winning championships. You have to have the talent, and you have to stay healthy, but you find guys that you didn't expect, and they start doing things for you at the end of the season. Yeah, great point.
Wonder what his heart beats like right now. Facing Stephen Milam. Takes 92 miles an hour into the right center field gap, and Milam will turn the corner. His first hit today is going to be a leadoff double here in the 6th.
Yeah, had a 17-game hit streak snapped last night, but picks up where he left off on that one. Center cut fastball. And he can turn around a fastball. It doesn't matter the velocity. Stephen Milam in the gap. And he gets his first hit of the day with the leadoff double.
Stretches his on-base streak to 30 games. So Braden Simpson now grabbing a bat for LSU. 21st appearance this season for Braden. He started 16 games. He's 9 for 36 at the plate, good for a .250 average. A couple of doubles and a home run this year.
That's filthy. An 81-mile-an-hour slider. Backing it up with 94, 95.
Young man who transferred into LSU from High Point.
And then 78. Pretty impressive to come out there having not pitched an inning all year. He does have history like we talked about, but and be filling up the zone this way. He does have a 10-run lead. So that pressure's off. But 94, 95 and that spin.
Zach York getting an at-bat. Been a while since we've seen Zach. He'll step in against Callaway. Zach hitting .229 this year with 6 homers, 19 runs batted in. This is big on big here now.
Yeah, Zach York, one of the transfers into LSU that they expected to do what he did at Grand Canyon for the last 3 years. Hit .335 with 36 home runs, and didn't plan out that way. But again, it's just so difficult for a home run hitter to be expected to hit home runs right away in the SEC. And Zach York with a tough go. Got a lot of pop and can move.
In 3 years at Grand Canyon, Zach had a combined average of .328. He had 32 home runs, 157 RBIs. Career record holder at Grand Canyon for home runs and RBIs.
Oh, I gave him a few.
Four-pitch walk. So a double, a strikeout, and a walk so far for Bryce Callaway.
But you gotta like what you've seen through 3 hitters. Attacking the zone with the fastball.
Now he gets Jack Ruckert hitting 8th in the lineup, 1-for-1 single. Well, also hit by a pitch. Jack at .263. That's it inside. 93 on that fastball by Callaway. Wes Johnson seeing something. A little quicker out to the mound than he was last night. Both these managers probably did a couple miles of exercise walking out to the mound. I think we ended up with 12 or 13 pitchers last night.
And a lot of walks.
13 pitchers.
13 pitchers.
23 walks and 4 hit batters last night. And we saw every one of them.
Yeah.
We got that going for us.
Long night last night. Georgia ends up winning that game. A little cleaner today.
Bryce has played a lot of baseball at some different environments. Started at Louisiana Lafayette, then went to Central Alabama Junior College before going to the University of New Orleans, where he spent 2 years there, and now he's wrapping things up here in Athens. Already has his degree in computer science from UNO. After 6 straight misses, finds the strike zone. Sharply hit, but foul, and it's even at 2-2 now. Sharply hit out to right, and that's going to be a one-hopper into the glove of Oriach, and now LSU's base running is all tied up. Here's the throw to third, and they're going to get the force out. Trey Phelps steps on the bag, and Milam was like, I thought he caught it.
I thought he caught it also. That's a big boy out in right field making that dive. Jordy Oriach. What an effort.
Well, initially I thought I saw the ball hop into his glove, but that look made it seem like he caught it.
What a great job by the camera crew. That looks like a catch. And they're not gonna.
Well, either way, it would have been.
Yeah.
Either way, he would have had an out and runners at first and second. The only difference is Milam's not your runner anymore.
And he's not going to show up on any great plays for that great play.
2 outs in the inning. Chris Stanfield steps to the plate now. Chris been bothered by a hamstring. Got a couple at bats last night, and one of them left the yard just barely. 377-foot home run, 97 miles off the bat, just over the 370-foot mark in left center.
Yeah, we thought we'd see him in the starting lineup today after the day he had coming in the game last night, but still bothered a little bit by that hamstring, I'm sure.
Breaking ball stays inside, maybe upstairs a little bit. There's a strike, 2-2. Stanfield just nicked that baseball, gets another opportunity.
Bryce Callaway snapping off that slider. Stanfield just catches a piece of it.
Got him that time. Callaway will leave 2 on. His first appearance of the season. He might get another shot. 11-1 Georgia heading to the bottom of the 6th.
college baseball. Teams holding their breath for a chance to dogpile in America's heartland. It's the NCAA Baseball Selection Show with watch parties all over the country. Let the road to Omaha begin.
May 25th, noon Eastern on ESPN2. Find out where your favorite team will be headed in the NCAA tournament. Georgia looks like this. Now, the numbers maybe don't pop off at you as a top 8 national seed, but I'll say it again. I don't care who you play in the non-conference. You win the SEC regular season championship over 10 weekends, 30 games. You should be a top 8 national seed. And Georgia right now, according to D1Baseball.com, projected as a number 3 national seed.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't know that it really matters to them whether they're 1 or 3. They're in the top 8, which means that not only they host a regional, but they host a super regional. 3 sweeps on the year. They swept South Carolina, they swept Mississippi State at Mississippi State, and Missouri. And they've won every series except one, and that was when Florida came in here and beat them 2 out of 3. But pretty impressive run through the SEC.
Grant Fontenot, the senior, now getting some work, taking over for Zach Cowan, making his 19th appearance of the year. 38 strikeouts in those 26 innings of work, and he'll face Jordy Oriach to start things off for the Bulldogs. Oriach hitting 6th, followed by Hudson, then Colby Branch. Fouled off at the plate. You know, as we've sat here and watched LSU, it is not a talent thing with these arms. They've got some arms now. It is like, can they hone that in over? It's a bizarre thing because these are obviously elite type arms. Ground ball out to Rucker playing a deep second base, but they get Oriach there. But I mean, it's just kind of crazy that how good this could be. But it hasn't morphed into that direction as you see some of the changes defensively for LSU as we spin around the infield.
Nate Yeske is the only coach, active coach, that has made it to Omaha with 4 different teams. I love Nate Yeske. He's pitching coach at LSU. Yeah. I think the argument in Louisiana a lot of times is, why are we throwing our third best pitch in hitters counts most of the time? You know, there's times for that, but a lot of other times, let's throw the fastball and let's attack and let's strike. And who's to say that Nate Yeske doesn't say that? And we all have kids, and we know they don't always do what we ask them to do.
That's right.
You know.
Out to center field, Curiel got a little late start on that, a little slip.
And so I think there was a little too much of that. You know, a 48% strike thrower with a curveball, 65% with a fastball, for example. We're throwing the curveball on 2-0 counts with the leadoff hitter, for example. Stuff like that. And they have a load of arms that throw 95, 96, and, you know, I think there ought to be a little more of an attack. But Nate Yeske's been around a long time. He knows what he's doing, and you got to trust that there's a process there. Didn't work out this year.
It has worked out in the past, though.
It's worked out in the past.
This could be, oh, bad throw by York. Did they get to the bag in time? He did. Milam, heads up play. York threw it.
I don't know if it was a bad throw. I just think Milam was late. I mean, here's a bullet over to York, who hasn't been over there in a while. So the feel, I mean, great. Right to him, so that's the play at second. It was a little off to his right. But yeah, Milam was late getting there, but still got the out. But yeah, I think the idea is there as first baseman.
LSU is calling the no call of forced play slide rule. This play is under further review.
Well, I didn't even look at it on that replay.
They might call him out on interference, yeah. But the play there is kind of like a second baseman when the first baseman's out of position to hit the pitcher. You've got to wait for them to be looking at you, and really, he just let it go a little too early. And also, you know, he pulls the ball a little bit by not setting his feet. But nice reaction by Milam, getting the force.
Did he go straight? It looked like he went straight into the bag there.
I've seen it called before, though, when you're late with your slide, even though you're straight into the bag, they will still call interference.
Which could give LSU a double play if it is an interference call.
You know, one thing you don't think about on this turf is, you know, the practice sliding, because you will slide a little further and a little longer than you would on any other surface. Dirt and grass, you don't slide, it'll catch you a little more. This stuff, you got to start a little earlier just to time it out right. And I didn't see anything wrong with that at all. In fact, Milam was going into the runner, not the other way around. The right hand being up is the only problem. You know, you're not allowed to throw your hand up in the air as a distraction.
After review, there is no first place slide rule in effect. That will be, he will remain out, though, and the runner will be remaining at first base. LSU has lost their challenge and will have 0 remaining challenges.
You know, when you go back and look at it, I mean, it's not a bad challenge because you might get the double play out of that and get off the field.
And they're in a 10-run rule position, so you need all the help you can get. And throws a little off. Great reaction by Milam. And they do get the lead out.
So the freshman Cole Johnson comes to the plate. And we were like, just back to that LSU pitching thing for a moment. Like last night, we watched Maverick Rizzi, 6'9", come in the game and look good. I mean, look like he, but it hasn't been there all year. Like those moments have been few, but it's in there.
And this is another one of their dudes.
Cole Johnson out to right center, and that one's gonna bounce up off the wall. And the Dogs will add another run. It's 12-1.
It just doesn't matter. Guys off the bench still hitting gaps. And what a swing, just right in the right center gap. Adds to the lead and the chance again to end this game in the 7th inning with a 10-run rule. 12-1 Dogs.
Cole Johnson already in Georgia lore after robbing Tennessee of a potential game-winning home run in that wild series here in Athens. Went up over that left field wall and just stole a home run and won the game for the Bulldogs. .374 for Phelps on the year. Boy, Cole Johnson's going to be an exciting player to watch moving forward for Georgia. (2-0) to Phelps. Phelps 2 for 3 today with a .374 average now. Gone up 4 points today.
And you know, that's a good point. Like the success in winning the league is one thing, but it feels like there's a trickle-down effect for the years to come. Like it doesn't feel like, although we have mentioned that national champions fall off pretty quickly, but guys like Cole Johnson and other guys that just step in and feel comfortable right away, just feels like Georgia is going to be in position to make runs for the foreseeable future.
Phelps reaches base for the 4th time today. 2 hits, a hit by pitch, and now a walk. And Daniel Jackson gets the hit with 2 on. He was intentionally walked his last time up, which was last inning, because in the 4th he had a 2-run shot. He also had a 2 RBI single in the 2nd. Jackson now with 25 home runs His average at 386. Ground ball to the right side. York fields. Underhand toss. Fontenot steps on the bag, and LSU gets out of the inning. Georgia picks up another run. LSU needs a couple of runs to keep this one going. We're heading to the 7th.
Best conference tournament all of college baseball.
Run straight for the breakaway.
Let's get to Hoover. Yeah, let's get to Hoover. We got to wait a week, then we'll get there. A week from Tuesday it all starts. You look at the SEC standings. Georgia has clinched the #1 seed, and there is a real scramble for seeds 2, 3, and 4 going on right now amongst those other 8 teams. And by the way, shout out to Missouri today. They win the series against Vanderbilt. It's their first home series victory since a sweep over Florida in week 4 of 2024. That means they had lost 12 consecutive home series until its win today over Vanderbilt.
They had only won 3 games in the conference, 3-27 last year, and it was a sweep of A&M on the road. And you know, Carrick Jackson over there got his work cut out for him, but I love him, and I love his mentality and trying to train these guys into a winning attitude. They can swing it a little bit, play some defense. It's the pitching at Missouri that's been the issue, but if he can clean that up, they'll be competitive in the future.
Georgia grabbing another arm out of that bullpen. Joe Nottingham, the 6'5" right-hander. Out of Windsor Mill, Maryland.
And you know, what's great about having great offense, or a great team for that matter, is you get guys like Joe Nottingham that will get more opportunities than he would have otherwise. And by that, you get experience, and they grow this year for what might be a deal where you actually have a role in the future. And so for these winning teams, they've got an advantage because they get more kids on the field. And Joe Nottingham can bring it and get up to close to 100 miles an hour with that fastball.
He did hit 100 in a game against Texas A&M this year. See what he delivers here on a 1-2. 97. Daniel Harden just does get a piece of it. Harden hitting 111 on the year with a home run. Just did nick that one. Well, if nothing else, Harden's getting everybody else an opportunity to see what Nottingham has to offer.
When you get up in the 96, 97 range as a hitter now, all of a sudden you just got to sell out to the fastball. So when he starts to drop something else on you, it just makes it that much more difficult. There's some form of a changeup at 86. Harden does a nice job just getting a piece of that one because, again, when he gets to 100 miles an hour, that's when the technique goes out the window and you have to cheat to get the barrel to the zone. That's a strong take. That makes me think that if he does blow 100 in there, he's going to freeze him up because now he's being a little too cautious.
Swing and a miss. Nottingham wins that battle. 1 down.
Or at least be behind it. And when you're protecting against off speed from Joe Nottingham that's got 100, you're going to be vulnerable to that fastball, and he blows it right by him.
By the way, Georgia made a change at catcher. Jack Arcamo now behind the plate catching Nottingham. They've also rotated a couple guys around. Johnson's in right field, Wins at shortstop, Newman in center field. Phelps moves to third. Lou Holtz at second base. There's Newman. Talked about him a moment ago. Coach Johnson's out there in right. Peoples in left. Got a lot going on here.
Yeah, a lot of moves. But back to my point, more guys get action, get a little burn.
Omar Cerna 1 for 3 today. 2-1 count. That one out to right, but Johnson is there to make a catch. 2 down. Left the bat at 98 miles an hour. Isn't that funny? Ball finds you in a hurry. Well, with 2 outs here in the 7th and an 11-run game, Curiel, the last chance to keep this one rolling for LSU. Run rule in effect today. Georgia with another big second inning. They put up a 4 spot. And they put up 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. That one misses down low. 1-1 to Curiel. Called strike 3. This one is in the books. And after winning an SEC regular season championship, the Bulldogs respond by sweeping LSU. It's their 15th run rule win of the season, tied with their rivals down in Atlanta, Georgia Tech, for the most in Division I baseball.
Such a great run by Georgia, not only this weekend, but all year long. Wins the conference regular season. And another win today against LSU. They got one more series next week against Auburn, and then off to the SEC tournament. This team's special for Georgia, and they're going to make a big run.
And based on the information I just got from Christopher Lakos at Georgia, this is the first time Georgia has ever swept LSU in a 3-game series. That is an amazing stat in itself. Good weekend for the Bulldogs. They're your SEC regular season champs. So for Todd Walker, our entire crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long from Athens. Let's get you to Dari Noka for a rally cap. Dari.